In September 2003, the Russian Revolution was starting to take hold at Chelsea. A sweeping wind of change was blowing through Stamford Bridge after the Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich had taken over in the summer. And a new billionaire owner always seems to go down rather well with the fans. The omens favoured Chelsea on the pitch as well. Tottenham Hotspur were the visitors to the Bridge and had never beaten Chelsea in the Premier League. Claudio Ranieri's squad bulged with new signings, but Damien Duff and Adrian Mutu were the only newcomers to start here. Joe Cole and Claude Makelele were on the bench. French international Manu Petit was Frank Lampard's partner in an effective midfield. Things weren't looking so bright for Tottenham, and especially Glenn Hoddle. His side had won just once that season, and he didn't appear to have much time left to correct his misfiring team's fortunes. Your match commentator is John Champion.
Recent history is very much with Chelsea. We have to go back to 1990 to find Tottenham's last league victory over Chelsea. And recent form too suggests that Chelsea are going to be awkward opponents for Spurs today. 7 points from their opening 3 games. Home advantage too. A full house of just over 41,000. And here's Damien Duff. Hasselbank. All the way back to Casey Keller. Spurs have drawn a blank in 3 of their 4 English Premier League outings so far this season. 1-0 defeat at Birmingham. Solitary win against Leeds. 0-0 at Liverpool was a good result as Redknapp lets fly. A bit of swerve on that shot as well from Jamie Redknapp. Not enough to deceive Carlo Cudicini. Claudio Ranieri now in charge for the 4th season. Glenn Hoddle had 3 years here as manager, but he's struggling to convince those at Tottenham that he's got what it takes to take the club forward. Zamora was challenging for it. This is Babayaro. Carr. Anderton. There's Canute. That's a very well taken goal by Freddie Canute. It's also Tottenham's first away goal in the Premier League this season. And they need a good performance today for their manager, for their own self-belief, particularly after that 3-0 thumping by Fulham. And they've got off to the ideal start. Canute getting the better of Melchiot and finishing with a degree of style. Carr. And again, Steve Carr. Redknapp. Tackled by Petit, and Desailly gets it clear. It's a nasty shot for Chelsea. They've not really faced too much opposition this year that's frightened them. 2-1 win at Liverpool on the opening day set the tone. Another 2-1 victory over Leicester, a draw with Blackburn. They've also, of course, beaten Zelina comfortably in Champions League qualifying. This is going to be a yellow card for Bobby Zamora from Graham Poll. Lampard. Now Anderton for Spurs. Redknapp. Tariko. Cross strides Terry. Wrestler gone. Very pleasant conditions, one of the last lingering days of summer. Anderton. Flicked off the head of Petit, and that'll be a corner. Butler and King forward for this. It's a good opportunity for Zamora. Chelsea's marking went awry there. The space and time he was afforded. Melchiot. Mutu. Hasselbank. It's an adhesive block by Anderton. And then by Anthony Gardner. Melchiot. Abiaro will retrieve this. Hasselbank. And Mutu couldn't get the shot away. Some valiant defending in there. Grunkjaer. Lampard! It had been coming. And for once, an accurate cross from Jesper Grunkjaer. Renowned for being able to beat a man, but not always for delivering a good ball in thereafter. This time it was inch perfect for Frank Lampard. And Chelsea are back on terms at 1-1. The new owner, alongside his wife Irina, very happy with proceedings so far. Despite Tottenham scoring first, Chelsea are looking dangerous. Ricketts. Lampard engaged in a midfield battle against his cousin, Jamie Redknapp, today. Canute. That's a foul by Canute on Melchiot. Tottenham fans like what they've seen of Freddie Canute. King. Zamora. Now Carr. Chelsea's next match is their opening Champions League fixture. Away to Sparta Prague on Tuesday. Canute. Tackle from Petit put him off. Here's Duff. Mutu wants it. Mutu has it. And Chelsea lead. Three Premier League appearances for Adrian Mutu, and now 3 goals. And when you've paid the thick end of £16 million for a player, that's the response you want. That's what it cost to prize him away from Parma. And Ranieri seeing an immediate return on the investment. Lovely play by Duff. It's great calmness from Mutu, who waited, beat the goalkeeper low to his left. Chelsea have turned this around. And somewhere at the backs of some of the players' minds will be the fact that it is now 26 league games since Tottenham last beat Chelsea. There's Duff. There's a certain irony in that rumour has it that Roman Abramovich's first choice when he wanted an English football club was to take over Tottenham. Goran Bunjevcevic is coming on. Led Evidently King is struggling, and Ali Beattie, the physio, is pretty clear in his instruction to the bench that King won't be able to continue. Paul Durkin carrying out full official duties. Not what Glenn Hoddle wanted. King is an important player for him. Here's Duff. That was Gardner. Tottenham have finished 9th and then 10th in 2 seasons under Glenn Hoddle. It's a Chelsea corner. T. Lampard! Goalkeeper did very well. Fairly voluble when he needs to be, Casey Keller. Didn't get much of a view of it at all. Carr, into making a real nuisance of himself. Chelsea looking to build on last season's 4th place finish. 67 points they mustered. Emergency action taken by Kudacini, but he's way out of his goal now as Ricketts has a pop, and he's not too far away. Decent piece of quick thinking from the youngster Rowan Ricketts. Kudacini keen to keep his arms and his hands out of the way because he was outside his area, and Ricketts, well, he would have had to beat 2 on the line. And Hoddle knows that his next match is against former club Southampton at White Hart Lane, which will only serve to focus even more attention on his position with Spurs. The afternoon started very brightly for Tottenham. It's faded somewhat. And at half-time they go in trailing 2-1 thanks to the good work of Adrian Mutu, who built on Lampard's opening header. Freddie Canute had scored first with a well-taken goal for Tottenham, but at half-time here at the Bridge it's Chelsea 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1. Hasselbank and Mutu ready to get this second half underway. Chelsea lead by 2-1. Frank Lampard plays the ball into an area of no great threat to Tottenham, and they'll be happy to take the throw. Claudio Ranieri feels pressure from the new owner here. Mutu. That's a corner off Anthony Gardner. Tarico couldn't prevent it. Manu Petit. Nearly fell to Mutu. Might still fall to Terry. Now it's with Grunkjaer. Duff. Petit. And behind by Dean Richards, with Desai lurking. Matthew Harding stand in full voice behind that goal. Terry jockeying for position. Hasselbank will take this. Headed clear by Anderton. Petit. Babayaro. Now the Dane, Grunkjaer. Mutu. Hasselbank. And Babayaro. Doesn't score very often, Celestine Babayaro. Duff. Creating an angle. Hit across the ball slightly. That's the swerve away from the goal. But there is a vibrancy about Chelsea's play now that's ominous for Tottenham. Dalmar. Carr. Canute. Dalmar has brushed off Terry, and there's Zamora. It seemed to come off his arm. Certainly met it very awkwardly. Let's play on with Damien Duff for Chelsea. It's a very good run. Here's Mutu. Most of the attacking intent is coming from Chelsea now. Change being made by Ranieri. Signed for £16.6 million from Real Madrid. It's a debut for Claude Makelele. An unfussy defender of the interests of the back four. Sits in front, dictates the pace of the game. Mutu. Bunjevcevic. Ricketts taking a blow. Former Arsenal youngster Rowan Ricketts. Desai was up early and up illegally. Franceschi runs over, Redknapp hits. And it's a miss by a margin. Applause from he who must be obeyed. Reciprocated by the player being replaced, Damien Duff. Joe Cole, another of the new recruits, £6.5 million from West Ham, comes on. Dalmar. It is frightening when you look in detail at the scale of Chelsea's investment in new players. Just sent on two substitutes who between them cost £23 million. Here's one of them, Joe Cole. Here's the other, Makelele. Babayaro. Cole. Slipped it through for Mutu! And that's what Ranieri wanted, for the substitutes to make a difference. And Joe Cole's defence-splitting pass for Adrian Mutu may well have decided this game. His second, Chelsea now have three. And 3 goals may well be enough to earn 3 points. Bunjevcevic caught out of position. More problems for the Tottenham manager. But the vision is clear for Ranieri. With this huge financial backing, it's not a question of feeling pressure for him, it's a question of enjoying the resources available to him. Bunjevcevic. Canute. Redknapp. Told to get up by Graham Poll. And that was a late challenge by Redknapp on his cousin. Unsurprisingly, they were happy to sort it out amongst themselves, but Graham Poll feels the need to issue a yellow card. challenge, in truth. Joe Cole. And Mutu. An uncomfortable moment for Casey Kello when it's spilled. Would have hoped to have held it first time. The 23rd English Premier League meeting of Chelsea and Tottenham have yet to get that winning feeling in this competition. Konchesky. Zamora. Solid block by Marcel Desailly at the expense of a corner. Kept on its way by Cudicini. There's a real belief in Chelsea circles that they can challenge genuinely for the league title. An honour that's been bestowed on them only once before, way back in 1955. But here's Richards for Tottenham. Oh, and Canute! Just puts a seed of doubt in Chelsea minds. Cudicini comprehensively beaten. An adroit piece of play by the centre-back Richards. And Canute was there to pick up the pieces. 3-2 now. Chelsea on the brink of a 5th win in 6 games in all competitions this season. They remain unbeaten. Mutu, handball. Well, there is still time here for Tottenham. Not much of it, but enough. Gardner. Ricketts. Konchesky. Now Joe Cole. Hasselbank. Lampard. Most important commodity now for Chelsea is possession. Paul Sharp, the referee's assistant, signals the Tottenham throw. They need to be down the other end of the pitch. Oh, good. Chelsea free kick. Second minute of stoppage time. Joe Cole. Another free kick. It's Babayaro. Oh, inventive pass from Cole. And here's Hasselbank! And that wraps things up very neatly for Chelsea. There'll be plenty of supporters jigging their way home down the King's Road in delight this evening. Simple as you like. Babayaro into Hasselbank. Not much by way of defensive cover. And Chelsea at long last have a match-winning lead. Makelele. Time is up. 2 goals from Adrian Mutu, the expensive Romanian import. Roman Abramovich and family like what they've seen. And what they have seen is a very consummate Chelsea display. Apart from Mutu, goals for Frank Lampard and latterly Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. 2 by Canute for Spurs, but only 1 winner, and a comprehensive winner at that. Chelsea, 4-2.
The new dawn had certainly arrived at Chelsea. Claudio Ranieri steered his international stars to second place in the Premier League that season. But second place wasn't good enough for Roman Abramovich, and Jose Mourinho was brought in to replace him. Such was the Russians' desire for Premier League success. Glenn Hoddle didn't even make it to the end of the month, leaving Spurs just 9 days later. Another Tottenham crisis on the horizon. Blue was the colour, and the future belonged to Chelsea.